Picture yourself crouched by a crackling campfire, its faint warmth pushing back the chill of a prehistoric night. The canyon walls around you loom like silent giants, their jagged edges catching the firelight in eerie, dancing shadows. Your breath comes in short, sharp bursts because something is out there, something massive. You can't see it yet, but you feel it, a presence that makes your skin prickle. Then, through the darkness, you spot them. Two glowing eyes, each as big as your fist, floating like malevolent stars just beyond the fire's reach. A low growl rumbles so deep it vibrates in your chest before you even hear it. Your hand tightens around a wooden spear, its fire-hardened tip gleaming faintly. It's your lifeline, but right now, feels like a twig against a storm. The creature steps into the light. 7-inch fangs glint, curving like twin daggers from its upper jaw. Muscles ripple beneath tawny fur, moving with a grace that's both beautiful and terrifying. This is Smilodon fatalis, the saber-toothed cat, 600 pounds of evolutionary perfection built for one purpose: killing. Your band of 20 souls freezes. Children cling to their mothers, whimpering. Even the bravest hunters, the ones who faced bison and outrun wolves, feel their hearts pounding like war drums. This isn't just a predator. It's fear itself, a creature that's haunted your kind for generations, turning the night into a realm of terror. One swipe of those massive paws could shatter your bones. Those saber teeth could puncture a bison's throat in a heartbeat. You're facing a force of nature. But here's where the story twists in a way you might not expect. Instead of scattering in panic, your group moves with purpose. The strongest hunters step forward, spears angled outward like a bristling hedge. Others snatch burning branches from the fire, flames dancing wildly. Children and elders huddle in the center, protected, while the group forms a living fortress. This isn't chaos. It's choreography, honed through countless nights like this one. The saber-toothed circles, nostrils flaring, taking in the scent of 20 humans acting as one. Its eyes narrow as the wall of spear points tracks its every move. Flames flare in its face whenever it dares step too close. For a moment that stretches like eternity, predator and prey lock eyes. But who's the prey here? The cat snarls, baring those terrible fangs one last time. Then does something extraordinary. It backs away. It melts into the darkness, retreating from an opponent it can't comprehend. Organized human intelligence. You're witnessing a turning point, a scene that played out 15,000 years ago in what's now California. This is humanity's greatest survival story, not just about surviving but outlasting Earth's most fearsome predators. How did we do it? How did small, weak humans with no claws, no fangs, and muscles that would make a chimp laugh, not only face down the saber-toothed cat but erase it from the planet? The answer isn't in our bodies, it's in our minds. Imagine a lion, but not the kind you see in documentaries. Give it teeth like curved railroad spikes, sharp enough to slice through bone. Bulk up its front legs until they're as thick as a wrestler's arms, built to grapple prey to the ground. Add a neck so muscular it looks like a tree trunk, designed to drive those fangs with surgical precision. That's a saber-toothed cat. But forget the Hollywood image of lumbering brutes. Smilodon was an engineering marvel, perfected over millions of years. Those fangs weren't crude clubs, they were precision instruments, tips sharp as scalpels, edges serrated like steak knives, sliding between vertebrae to sever arteries in one devastating bite. What made them truly terrifying was their versatility. Smilodon could open its jaws 110 degrees, compared to a modern lion's 65. Picture unhinging your jaw like a snake to clear those massive fangs for a killing strike. It wasn't showy, it was necessary. North America had 3 Smilodon species, each more fearsome than the last. Smilodon gracilis, the delicate one, still weighed 360 pounds, heavier than most modern lions. Smilodon fatalis, our California star, averaged 600 pounds of muscle and bone. But South America's Smilodon populator was the heavyweight champ, with some males hitting 900 pounds and standing 4 feet tall at the shoulder, bigger than today's largest tigers. These cats weren't marathon runners. They were ambush specialists, lurking in tall grass or behind rocks, striking with explosive force. Those massive forelegs were grappling tools. Locking prey in a grip escape was nearly impossible from. Fossil analysis reveals something else. They were smart. Their brain cavities show larger frontal lobes than modern big cats, hinting at enhanced problem-solving. They hunted in small family groups, coordinating attacks on massive prey like ground sloths and young mammoths. A single Smilodon was a nightmare. A pack was a death sentence. But here's the twist. Their greatest strength was their greatest weakness. Those spectacular fangs were fragile. One bad angle, one kick from desperate prey, and they could snap like icicles. A saber-tooth with broken fangs was a dead saber-tooth, unable to hunt. This was the crack in their armor, and humans found it. Let's be honest about our ancestors' odds in a one-on-one fight. 0. A 150-pound human against a 600-pound killing machine isn't a fight. It's physics with a predictable outcome. Smilodon's paw swipe could crack a bison's skull. Its bite delivered those fangs with surgical precision. We had no claws, pathetic teeth, and muscles that wouldn't impress a chimp. Physically, we were outclassed. Smilodon could hit 30 miles per hour in 3 bounds. Our top sprint barely matched their casual stroll. We brought nothing to a knife fight, but evolution plays a long game, and it gave us something unprecedented, a brain that could outthink instinct. A saber-tooth needed to get within 10 feet to use those fangs. A human with a spear extended their reach to 8 feet. Add the ability to throw that spear accurately, and the predator had to cross 20 feet of dangerous ground. Now imagine 20 humans, each with a spear, working together. That's a 160-foot perimeter of sharp points, a tactical problem no muscle could solve. Saber-tooths relied on instinct. See prey, stalk prey, kill prey. Humans used intelligence that adapted in real time. See predator, analyze behavior, counter-strategy, teach others, refine. The real game-changer was learning. A saber-tooth that failed a hunt tried again with the same tactics. A human who survived shared that knowledge, and their group improved it. Each generation got smarter, while predators stayed locked in their programming. This cognitive gap birthed something nature had never seen: technology as a survival strategy. Picture a moment 400,000 years ago in Africa. A wildfire rages and every animal runs, except one. One ancestor doesn't flee. They pick up a burning branch and carry it home. That single act rewrote the rules of predator and prey. Fire wasn't just for cooking or warmth. It was a force field against the night. For millions of years, darkness belonged to predators like saber-tooths, with eyes built for low light. Then humans said, "Not anymore." Evidence from Kizum Cave in Israel shows fire use dating back 400,000 years. But it's not just about ash piles. Fire sparked a psychological revolution. A prey species could extend daylight into darkness, creating safe zones predators didn't dare breach. Fire's chemistry is simple, but its impact was profound. This crackling masked human footsteps. Smoke confused a predator's nose. Flickering light ruined their night vision. And the heat? No fur-covered predator enjoyed temperatures humans could tolerate by stepping back a few feet. Our ancestors got tactical, building defensive perimeters of fire pits.
Imagina a Saber-Toothed approaching a camp rinja Bielorússia flames, shadows dancing, humans wielding burning branches.
The real genius was psychological warfare. Predators fear wildfire instinctively. An alarm screaming, "Run!" A burning branch waved at a stalking cat triggered that panic. Fossilized campsites show burn patterns of continuous fire maintenance. Flames that never died. Some sites have torch-making debris, proof humans carried fire on patrols. They weren't just using fire, they were weaponizing it. Before fire, our ancestors lived half their lives in terror, huddled through endless nights. After fire, they could plan hunts, tell stories, sleep without fear. It was humanity's first declaration of independence from nature's order. But fire was just the start. That spear in your hand? It's 300,000 years of engineering, refined through life-or-death tests. The Skaaningen spears, uncovered in Germany in 1995, rewrote prehistory. These weren't crude poles, they were crafted from spruce wood, chosen for flexibility and strength, with fire-hardened tips as tough as horn. Balanced like Olympic javelins, they were built for throwing. While saber-tooths evolved bigger fangs, humans evolved better technology, and technology moves faster than biology. Early spears required close combat, dangerous work. By 400,000 years ago, humans mastered throwing spears that hit 100 feet per second, too fast for a saber-tooth to dodge. A predator needed to close within 10 feet. Humans could kill from 60. This distance multiplier effect meant a human was dangerous at any range. By 30,000 years ago, the Outsmarted, a spear thrower, boosted velocity by 60% and doubled range. Spear designs evolved. Wide blades for bleeding, narrow points for thick hide, barred tips that stayed lodged. Unlike Smilodon's static fangs, human spears improved every century. Kill sites show mammoth skeletons with multiple spear wounds. Group attacks. Predator bones have single, precise wounds, calculated defense. These weapons changed how humans saw themselves. A human with a spear walked taller, ranged farther, thought like a predator. A lone human was a meal. 20 together? An army. Human cooperation went beyond anything nature produced. We didn't just hunt together, we thought together, creating a collective intelligence no predator could match. Pleistocene campsites show living floors, with tool-making zones, food prep areas, defensive outposts, prehistoric urban planning. Every member had a role. Hunters with spears, lookouts with sharp eyes, elders with predator knowledge. Children learned to spot tracks early. Communication was key. Standardized cut marks on bones show butchering techniques taught across generations. Tool styles spread across continents, proving vast information networks. When one group found a new anti-predator trick, it spread fast. This unpredictability was a weapon. A saber-tooth could predict an antelope's reaction. Humans? One might throw a spear, another wave fire, a third scream to distract. We weaponized chaos. Sites show scattered spear points, burn marks, rock piles, evidence of flanking, fire drives, distraction. A single human might spot a predator 30% of the time. A group with lookouts was nearly foolproof. Predators rely on surprise, but humans took it away. Saber-tooths, risk-averse due to fragile fangs, avoided fights where injury was likely. Fossil records show fewer healing injuries in human-heavy areas, suggesting they steered clear. Human camps moved from caves to open plains, a sign of boldness. The weakest species had become the most formidable collective force. Survival wasn't just about strength, it was about outsmarting the enemy. Your life depended on knowing a wind-rustled bush from a stalking cat. Our ancestors became the first animal behaviorists, studying predators with precision born of necessity. They knew saber-tooths hunted at dawn and dusk, using shadows for cover. They read territorial markings like road signs, danger, female with cubs. They conducted experiments, leaving bones and scent marks to test territory boundaries. Learning saber-tooths avoided human-scented areas for days. This wasn't just observation, it was tactical intelligence. Those fragile fangs made saber-tooths cautious, favoring sure kills. Humans exploited this, using noise and movement to trigger retreat. They learned saber-tooths avoided areas where pack members died, possibly smelling danger. Predators have comfort zones. Push them out and they back off. Settlement patterns show this shift. Early sites huddled in defensible spots. Later ones sprawled across open ground, showing humans managed risk rather than hid. Tools included noisemakers, the first psychological weapons. Children learned to spot tracks before walking. By the late Pleistocene, humans had a prehistoric encyclopedia of predator behavior. Hunting grounds, seasonal movements, weaknesses. This knowledge shaped their world. Camps weren't random, they were chosen with military precision. Fly over Pleistocene sites, and you'll see them on hilltops, cliff edges, river bluffs. Height gave sight lines and defensive edges. A saber-tooth was invisible in tall grass, but not from 50 feet up. Monte Verde in Chile shows this genius. Camps had natural barriers, rivers, cliffs with narrow, defensible approaches. Water was key, but camps sat just far enough to hear predators over the river's noise. Early sites were simple clearings. Later ones had cleared paths, noisy branches, even shell alarms. At Skaaningen, humans maintained clearings, removing vegetation to deny predators cover, kill zones before the term existed. They tracked denning sites, avoiding them during breeding seasons, and took alternate routes to dodge territorial patrols. Caves had narrow entrances, multiple chambers, and back exits. No one wanted to be trapped. These choices show humans weren't reacting, they were planning, engineering solutions before problems arose. For 10,000 years, humans and saber-toothed shared the Americas, an evolutionary marathon. When humans crossed the Bering Land Bridge 20,000 years ago, they entered a continent ruled by megafauna. Saber-tooths owned it for 1,000,000 years. Humans were the invaders. But we forced predators to adapt to us. Early American sites show fire pits, spear caches, defensive layouts, tactics honed in Africa and Eurasia. Humans exploited small game and plants saber-tooths ignored, avoiding direct competition. Summer was peaceful. Winter brought clashes, with fossil evidence showing more predator injuries on human remains in cold months. Over time, saber-tooth diets shifted to smaller prey, possibly to avoid human competition. Human camps grew larger, with permanent structures and luxury items like decorated tools, signs of a species in ascendance. Cave paintings depict saber-tooths with respect, not just fear, as dangerous neighbors after millennia of coexistence. But the end was coming. Around 13,000 years ago, saber-tooths vanished from North America. In South America's remote wilds, they lasted until 200 years ago. Rancho La Brea's tar pits tell the story. One layer packed with saber-tooth bones, the next empty. No gradual decline, just a hard stop. Climate shifts played a role, but saber-tooths had survived ice ages before. The difference? Humans. Where we arrived early, saber-tooths vanished early. Where we arrived late, they lingered. We didn't need to hunt every cat. We broke their niche. Saber-tooths needed large prey at specific densities. Human hunting reduced mammoths and sloths, starving the cats. Fire reshaped woodlands into grasslands, favoring smaller prey we could hunt, but saber-tooths couldn't. We terraformed their world out of existence. Evidence from Rancho La Brea shows cut marks on saber-tooth bones, dated to 15,200 years ago. Human-made, systematic butchering for meat, hide, or ceremony. Isotope analysis confirms some humans ate carnivore meat, a bold move. In human-heavy areas, fewer saber-tooths reached old age, and juvenile mortality spiked. Sites like Cueva del Milodon show saber-tooth remains with sophisticated human tools. Monte Verde has cut marks on megafauna bones, proving we competed for their prey. Humans didn't just defend, they hunted the hunters. Tactics were ruthless. Saber-tooths needed time to position their fangs. Humans used that window. Bait and switch distracted the cat while others flanked. Porcupine defense formed a spearpoint circle. Fire drives funneled predators into kill zones. Persistence exhausted ambush predators built for quick strikes. Spear wounds targeted lungs or legs, crippling without killing instantly. Psychological warfare, disrupting routines, marking territories made predators sloppy. Each species required unique strategies. Smilodon gracilis, the 360-pound speedster, hunted in groups, so humans watched for hidden threats. Smilodon fatalis, the 600-pound ambusher, needed broken terrain. Humans cleared it. Smilodon populator, the 900-pound giant, was slow and trackable, vulnerable to large hunting parties. North American sites show mobile defenses. South American ones have heavier setups. Humans exploited interspecies conflicts in Central America, scavenging casualties. Gracilis vanished 500,000 years ago. Populator lasted longest in remote areas. When humans arrived, even the giants fell. The Pleistocene wasn't just saber-tooths. Cave bears competed for shelters. Humans attacked during hibernation. Cave lions, fast and smart, were outmaneuvered at territorial seams. Short-faced bears, 12-foot sprinters were avoided entirely. In Eurasia, Homotherium faced the same tactics: elevation, fire, spears. In Australia, humans used fire against Megalania's temperature sensitivity. Every predator had a weakness and humans found it. Modern parallels: Maasai with lions, Inuit with polar bears, show the same playbook. Respect, understand, exploit, innovate. The Saber-Toothed's defeat was complete because they couldn't adapt.
Humans.
The generalists could. Stand in Los Angeles today, amid skyscrapers, and it's hard to imagine saber-tooths stalking these streets. But beneath the concrete lie millions of bones, proof of our triumph through intelligence, cooperation, and innovation. This wasn't just about one predator. It was about becoming a species that could rewrite nature's rules. The saber-tooth forced us to evolve beyond our limits, helping create the species that inherited the Earth. Those museum fangs, trophies of the weakest species, remind us, in evolution's game, the race goes to the smart. What do you think? Could you face a saber-tooth with just a spear and fire? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you loved this journey into the wild, hit that subscribe button to join the human wild for more epic stories of survival.